Hello from Topeka. I'm Marley Carpenter, your KSCPA lobbyist. Thank you to those KSCPA members that attended the legislative reception and met with the House and Senate tax chairs last week. It was a great partnership with the public accountants, and many House and Senate members attended the reception. Also last week, Senate Bill 30, the occupational licensure, was heard in the Senate Commerce Committee on Thursday. The KSCPA's, AICPA, and the Board of Accountancy asked for an exemption to the law for CPAs because other similarly situated professions were already exempt from it. The bill will go back to a House and Senate conference committee where they will consider all exemptions. The CPA pathway bill will be introduced this week in the House Fed and State Affairs Committee. The bill will allow for candidates to sit for the CPA exam at 120 hours and 2 years experience. The bill will be in addition to the current CPA pathways available today. We will keep you updated on when a hearing is scheduled. Last week was shortened by the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday on Monday, but the holiday counted as an official legislative day. The 2026 calendar counts both weekends and holidays. Monday, today, marks the 15th day of the 90-day legislative session. In regards to property tax, a proposed constitutional amendment capping property tax assessments passed out of the Senate Tax Committee this week, making an early legislative attempt to address the rising costs of property tax ahead of the 2026 election. The amendment would limit annual increases in property's taxable assessed value to 3% with exemptions for new construction improvements or assessment corrections. The cap would remain with the property even after a sale. For tax year 2027, the increases will be measured against the 2022 values. Lawmakers also heard this week a presentation by the Kansas City Chiefs and discussion on their proposed $3 billion dome stadium in Kansas City, Kansas. Chiefs officials emphasized that the project would not raise taxes or put the state's credit at risk, noting that the $1.8 billion in STAR bonds would be backed by new incremental sales tax revenue generated by the development. They also stated that the bonds could be paid off earlier than the authorized 30-year terms. The legislature is expected to consider creating a sports authority to own the stadium, a structure commonly used in professional sports to address financing and tax considerations. The STAR bonds program is also up for renewal this year. The Kansas Department of Revenue briefed lawmakers on the HPIP program. KDOR officials described growing administrative complexities due to pass-through entities, ownership changes, and long carry-forward periods in trying to calculate how much remains on the book. Their recent review found that approximately $1.3 billion in HPIP credits are available for future use, where about $402 million were removed from the books and roughly $450 million were expired or tied to closed businesses. And $116 million were transferred since partial transferability was authorized in 2021. This week, budget subcommittees will continue, including a review of the Department of Commerce budget. In the House Tax Committee, they will hear House Bill 2430, which creates an insurance savings account to help Kansas cover premiums and out-of-pocket costs while providing tax advantages for those who invest. We'll keep you updated on these issues as well as any others that come up. Please let myself or Danielle know if you have any questions. Thanks so much and have a great week.